What's up, guys? Um, Today I'm going to talk about a couple things. Mostly just want to talk. Uh, I have, or yeah, as you guys know, I always watch uh, people that I follow. I watch every video, and for a reason that you guys know is mostly for inspiration. Um, I hear a lot that I broke my diet, I did this, I did that, and the one thing I want to say about that is, if you're gonna break your diet, just be willing to deal with the consequences. And obviously, you already know what the consequences are. That's why you're doing what you're doing, diet wise. So I'd just like to let you know that you are not the only ones who do this. I also do it. I have gone outside of my diet quite a few times. I do it knowing that I'm going to have to deal with inflammation problems if I eat the incorrect foods, which is fine with me as long as I'm willing to deal with it. But there used to be a time where I would do it and then bitch and complain and moan to my wife, not or my daughter or my father. I should have never ate that. I knew better, but I ate it anyway. So it does happen, and you're just gonna have to deal with those consequences. You already know what the consequences are. I myself know what my consequences are gonna be. Yet I've still chosen to do it quite a few times. I do call it self-sabotage because basically that's what it is. You know better, yet you're doing it anyway. And you're just going to have to deal with the consequences the best way that you can. Uh, so hopefully you go right back to, and it doesn't prolong, so to speak, where you binge and you do it day in, day out, over and over and over. Hopefully you're doing it and then going right back to your correct situation to correct your problem. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is I've talked about this before about Weston A. Price and someone who basically lives in my own backyard, so to speak. She is kind of, well, she's a little bit of a ways away, about 40 minutes. But I was invited to her farm to speak to her. She did tell me that I can ask a few questions, have a conversation with her, and she wouldn't have a problem with that. She is an author. She is the president and founder of the Weston A. Price Foundation, which promotes eating natural foods, mostly animal products. Her name is Sally Fallon Worrell, and she has sent me a few emails inviting me down there, and she told me that she would be there on the days that I would be available to make it. So if you guys have any questions about that, any questions that you would like to ask her, uh, specifically about the diet of animal products and nourishing your children, your ill family members, yourself, anyone. You can just post those comments below. I will do my best to get in as many questions as possible. Um, she is invited me down to have a look around the farm, see what they do, see how they do things, and ask her a few questions about why she is doing what she's doing and why she's been doing it so long. And she is out to spread the word all across the country. The next video I will try to have those book names. Actually, I think I do have those names of those books written by Sally or Miss Worrell. See if I can get them for you. That is not it. Okay, I think I have them right here. Yes, she has, well, just the books that I looked up on Miss Worrell. She has written 5 of them alone that I know of, and she's also co-written 2 other books with another writer. And the books are completely about nourishing. It's called Nourishing Traditions. It's about correct nutrition, old-fashioned remedies for the modern world. The Nourishing Traditions book of baby and child care, which is very important nowadays with all the, problems that's going on with all the immune diseases and things in children nowadays. She also has Nourishing Facts, why we need animal fats for health and happiness. So, again, guys, if you don't know who Sally Fallon Worrell is, or Weston A. Price, Weston A. Price is a gentleman who went around the world back in the early 1900s to talk to indigenous people and see how they were eating, the things they were eating, the conditions that they were in, and the conditions that they were in compared to the people in the urban world or in urban cities or highly populated cities was above and beyond with their health status. It was way above the urban community where they had, dysfunctions with their health, teeth problems, eye problems, hearing problems. These indigenous people were having none of those problems because they were strictly living off of animal fats, animal products, the land, and the sea. So, if you have any questions about that, again, guys, just leave comments below. I'll do my best to ask every question. I will also mention your name. Hopefully, I can get it all on video while I'm speaking to her. So, basically today, guys, I just wanted to give a little bit of information about, hearing people talk about they want ice cream and cake. I'm in the same boat. I'm just like everybody else. I'm human. There's things that I want also, but you just got to be willing to deal with the consequences of eating that stuff. If you know you're teetering at around 200 and you want to stay under 200 pounds, or you're at 150 and you know if you eat a slice of cake you're going to go up to 152, then that's just a consequence that you're going to have to deal with. So sometimes it's just easier to say no when you so badly want to say yes, but sometimes it's so overwhelming that you just give up and give in. But as soon as it's done, you got to know that the fight starts all over again, and it's not going to go away. You're going to be fighting for the rest of your life. Once you're a food addict, just like a drug addict, once you're an addict, you're an addict for life. It's a constant fight for the rest of your life. You're always going to be fighting it. So, with that bit of information there, there's not much more I can say about that. That's just the way I think about it. That's just the way I even tell myself now. You knew better, you know better, yet you still did it, so you're gonna have to deal with it. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was some of my MS symptoms, because this is MS versus carnivore, and I have gone outside of my diet again, but it hasn't affected me as much because I don't do it constantly, and there's certain things that I'm just not eating that to make me have real serious problems. Although it does give me a little bit of problem, I have eaten bread. I had a cheeseburger sub. So bread does kind of give me a little bit of a fit, but not a whole lot. But that's specifically why I don't like to eat it, is because of some of the symptoms that I get immediately, and some of them that I get, I'd say, the next day. So that, and I am going to be trying to do something soon to really combat the MS even more. I have reached out to a company. I'm not going to mention this company's name as of yet, but they are so willing to help me. They have stepped out and, they sent me a product that I'm going to try. I just don't want to start blurting out what I'm doing, because I don't want other people to start doing what I'm doing. I want to see what it does to me. The only thing I can tell you is what it's doing to me. I can't tell you what it's going to do to you. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to give you my experiences. Try to encourage people to do the best that they can, no matter what. Not to make excuses. And I hear and see excuses all the time on some of the videos that I watch. And some of those people they just don't give up. Some people just say, I'm gonna fight it no matter what. Another thing is, I watched a few videos last week, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who this is, but he was doing an experiment with sugar and the way foods affect his sugar count. And I understand completely why he's doing it, but I wouldn't prefer him to do it or to harm his own health to help. I'm just going to say myself. I'm not going to say anyone else. I just wouldn't. I prefer him not to harm himself to help me. Although I do understand it. Another thing is when you're failing, sometimes those fails are not fails completely. They might be a fail for you. They might be a fail for that day. The next day you might be okay. You might have done enough so far to not really have it affect you the next day. But you might be causing harm to your health down the road and not knowing it. And I wouldn't prefer anyone to do that for me, personally. So this man has put in a lot of work to get to where he is, and to be doing the things that he's doing with the sugar count and the fast food, which, by the way, fast food is one of the most detrimental things you can do to your health, because mainly you don't know where the product is actually coming from. 2, you don't know how the people in those fast food chains or restaurants are actually handling your food, what they're doing to it. You don't know if they dropped it on a greasy, nasty floor, picked it up and put it on your sandwich. You just don't know. So, personally, that's a personal choice. But guys, my MS symptoms have not gotten a whole lot better. I had an up and now a down, where I was carnivore for 3 months, and then I know better, but I had bread, and the feeling in my toes, which drives me up a wall, has gone away. My toes were getting very good at being able to flex, just by relaxing and focusing on just moving my toes. But as of late, they have not been able to do so, because of what I think is because of the bread, the nutrition, or the malnutrition that I'm putting into my own body. So again, You're dealing with the consequences of the things that you're doing to yourself. Self-sabotage. Those things are personal choices. We're all grown. We're all adults. But, hey, I made a mistake. I've made a few mistakes, and I'll probably make mistakes down the road. And we're all going to have those problems. We're all going to make mistakes. But we just got to keep trying as hard as we can. Keep fighting. Don't ever give up. I promise you I'll never give up. I'm never ever going to give up. Until the dirt is thrown on my ass, C.T. Fletcher said, I will not ever give up. So, guys, you know what you're doing. You know what the consequences are of doing it. And until next time, guys, I love you guys. Do your best to be your best. And I'll talk to you later.